Hello, hello all brothers and sisters here in the continent, and to you who are in the diaspora. It's my hope that you're okay, you are doing well. Next week we are going to have African Union Caribbean Community Summit, second summit. It's our hope that this summit will undo the Berlin conference. Already, some Caribbean leaders have already arrived in the continent of Africa. Yesterday, the Prime Minister of Barbados and other Caribbean leaders were in Algiers, in Algeria, at Afrimax conference. In that conference, the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Motre, said that when we speak of India, we speak of in excess of over 800 ethnicities, but we speak of one country. When we speak of China, we speak of over 250 ethnicities, but we speak of one country. If we were to look within Africa itself, within Nigeria, we are speaking of over 300 ethnicities, even through most people only know the first four. We are speak when we speak of Ethiopia, the same applies. So, what is it that stop us Africans from claiming the global diaspora and acting accordingly in the same way that India and China have so done? Those are words of Mia Momotre. Also, um, Mia Momotre said, we pray that when we leave Africa this weekend, that we will reach an agreement on an institutional framework that will allow us to move to a different level. The concept of global commission of Africa is important because if we were to simplify, harness the power of Africa globally, it would become a phenomenal force that would be ignored by no civilization or no country on the planet Earth. So, brothers and sisters, as you heard that this weekend we are going to have Africa Union Caricom Summit. What is your expectation from this summit? Where you see Africa after this summit? Let me take you back a little bit to the last or the first African Union or Africa Caricom Summit. You remember it was held virtually due to the COVID-19. So let us today just take a feedback from the last or the first Africa Caribbean Community Summit here with just a
and to
few
build social,
remarks.
economic, and political linkages that will promote shared prosperity and social progress for us all. As we begin this journey, I would like to invoke the words of Martin Luther King Jr. And I quote, "We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools." End of quote. African and Caribbean cultural and political ties run deep based on our shared history, culture, as well as a sense of our common identity. Our common historical experience of slavery and colonialization inspired Africa's founding fathers to form the Pan-African movement in the 1900s. This movement was championed by the Africans in the diaspora, which established the foundations of a rich and vibrant African-Caribbean relationship. So today, let us come together and seize the moment to harness the tremendous potential of this unique relationship into a powerful social, economic, cultural, and political force. Allow me, Your Excellencies, to outline a few areas where we can work together to achieve this goal. I do believe that the first area is the blue economy. Both Africa and the Caribbean regions are blessed with enormous resources in the blue economy. The African continent has 38 coastal states and island states, and a coastline of well over 47,000 kilometers. All members of states of Caricom, they enjoy access to approximately 1 million square miles of the Caribbean Sea. This presents enormous opportunities to strengthen and foster innovative partnerships across the two regions to sustainably exploit and harness the potential of the blue economy. Excellencies, sustainable exploitation of these resources will no doubt boost economic prosperity, expand creation of decent jobs, and strengthen food security in our two regions. The second area, Excellencies, is climate change. Climate change remains an existential threat to all of us. In Africa, extreme swings in temperatures and rainfall patterns have, for instance, significantly increased habitat sustainability for biting insects and the transmission of vector-borne diseases such as dengue fever, malaria, as well as yellow fever. An estimated 94% of global malaria deaths occur in Africa, an epidemic that often occurs after periods of unusually heavy rain. The warming up of our continent is allowing malaria-carrying mosquitoes to survive, these days at much higher altitudes. Similarly, in the Caribbean region, climate extremes in the last few decades have had devastating impacts on economies and livelihoods and have led to the rise in sea levels and increased ocean acidification. Your Excellencies, it is imperative that together we incorporate climate action into our national policies and long-term development plans and adopt global best practices to mitigate and adapt to the threats posed by climate change. The third area is health and the COVID-19 pandemic. The outbreak of this pandemic has redefined health systems across the developing world and reshaped our health responses to pandemics. In Africa, as well as across the Caribbean region, the pandemic has overstretched our health systems and challenged our traditional approaches to public health. While the number of COVID-19 fatalities are relatively low in our two regions, we are struggling to obtain the much-needed COVID-19 vaccines.
Well, I'm sorry. The voice was down. Yes, I'm sorry. I understand your concern, sisters.